Not so sunny today. Oh, God. Look at the dust. I'm sorry. I need to look after you more. Do apologise. I've got to stop apologising as well. I mean, come on now. Today, what a day. It's going to be busy, yeah? We have Pulley. Because as you remember, this one decided not to stay on. So, we went to Midnight Developments, our local spot for a hookup on a D-Series. And we got this VMS lightweight racing ting. And, take you out. Can you see the part numbers? I hope so. For this, which is a keyway, which is what we lost on the road. Let's not go over it. We've been there. I mean, it was the other video. But we're going to fix it today. Today's the day. On another note, the window, you remember it fell out on the dyno day, on the morning. They didn't really go over it. But what happened is these gromity seal things decided to give up, so the window just went full Lambo door on me. And couldn't have that, could we? You know what I mean? So what I did was I cleaned it all up, stripped it all off, put some new sealer on there, which is tiger seal. This has been left now for a day or two. I didn't want to do a video on it, there was no point, you know what I mean? You just pull it out, clean it up, scrape the X off, put new sealer on, plug it on, leave it for a day or two, you're done. And while we were there, we did Grant's wheels. Look at them, look how shiny they are. We had to cut them, we had to seal them, we had to bead them, we had to get it done. But luckily for me, not for me, maybe luckily for you, we've got 2 left to do. So I'm going to try and get that done today. I've got 2 upstairs, I need to cut them, then we're going to put the new lips on, then Grant's going to put the faces on, then we're going to build them, and then we're going to seal them. And then we can hope the seal works. Because if the seal don't work on that, it's definitely not going to work on that. That's for today. Well, first of all, what I want you to do is like the damn video. And if you ain't subscribed, because I'm looking at the figures, subscribe. It don't cost you anything. It ain't going to hurt you. But it makes me feel good. You know what I mean? Get it done, boys. Come on, get that channel to grow. You want bigger projects? You got to goddamn grow the channel. Anyway, I'm going to jack up the car. I'm going to get the pulley on. I'm going to get the keyway on. I'm going to get the belts back on. Let's get this motherfucker up and running. Is there anything else? Oh, let's get our caffeine fix, shall we? Oh yeah. Hats, before I forget. Blown away by the response of the hats. Just spoke to the lady down the road. She's just spoke to the lady down the road. She's had a fresh shipment in. We've got 3 colours left. We have navy, we have black, and we have grey. This one's a navy. You know what black and grey is. They'll be up on Instagram on my page, which is CutLooseS15. You dig? And also, hopefully by the time this video comes up, which might be about a month or so, we'll have a website. We're working on it. Hex is helping me out because he's very wizardry with the computer and I'm pretty much not, as you can tell with the editing. Anyway, enough of that. Get yourself 1 or 2 and some stickers. You can do it. Ooh. Let's get the caffeine fix, shall we? Today. We've got a bit of a problem. The light I was using yesterday has decided not to work today. So it's going to be a bit difficult for you to see what I'm actually doing. But I am going to try my best. I promise. For this application we need a 12mm, 14mm, a 17mm and a torque wrench. All the belts are off, the alternator is adjusted and the power steering is adjusted as well. I need to put the keyway in first of all, then I'm going to put the pulley on, then I'm going to put the 17mm bolt on, and then we'll be grand. I'm going to see if I can find a light and show you exactly what I mean. How about that? That's some daylight. Hope you can see. Lie on the flare. So, key way you can see is this square section here. It's this little thing here. So what you do is you actually, you can see the little cutout there. Fits in there, nice and snug. And also it fits in there, nice and snug. It transfers the rotation from the crank to the pulley, which then turns the power steering and turns the alternator. Let's put the keyway in there, like that. Keyway's in, nice and flush. We put this onto there, lining up the keyway, with the square bits, if you know what I mean. Then I'm going to put the bolt on there, tighten it up. The nut is on. And don't forget, when you tighten it up, put a screwdriver or a spanner in my case in between the slots. It locks off there, so when you put the torque wrench on, it's not spinning the engine. But for it not to spin the engine, it needs to be in gear. So I've just popped mine in third. With mine being an LSD gearbox though, I'm not sure if yours will lock off like mine, because with the diff it's like locked, it's engaged, if you know what I mean. With an open diff it might let it spin. Just give it a go, you know what I mean. It will help if you have someone in the driver's seat with their foot on the brake. I don't have that, so I'm just having to lock the wheel as much as I can with a spanner. But I'm going to torque that up now. I think the torque setting is like 136, but I'm just going to double check right now, and we'll get it torqued up, and hopefully it never comes off again. Man, them lights are bright. Duh. Well, that was a savage little beast. I had to jack up the car as low as possible, but as you can see, the pulley spins until it hits compression. It's a beast, that is. Now, there's a bit of an argument on the internet with what torque settings. I've done mine and I'm happy with it. So I do suggest you go and do your research. You get me. But that's it now. Pulley's on. Fully flush. I'm going to chuck the belts on. So for me, the shorter one goes on the back. What I did is I put the socket on because it was so tight. I just worked it till it popped on. I'll try and show you with the power steering one. So I've adjusted the power steering, as you can see, all the way down. By doing that, you just take them two off there and then do the wing nut. See there, it's a little bit tight. So I just put the socket on and just drive it round a bit. Nice and steady. And it just pops on like that. Now they've both got slack in. Top one's on. So now we're going to adjust them so there's no slack. You'll be able to see it sliding up. Keep checking the belt tension until you're happy with it. And then when you found your happy spot, which is pretty much there, you then tighten these two 12s up. So just nip them. Now we'll do the alternator. Well, this is what you need. If you've seen the last video, that one might be better because it was a bit lighter. But I'm going to give it a go with this one anyway, just in case you know. The pry bar on, we're just putting tension on that, and then we'll do the nut up here. Okay, let's make sure back in neutral. going to do now, I'm going to chuck the wheel on, I'm going to put the glass back in the door, and then I'm going to put the door card back on, and then I can either look at the handbrake or start cutting Grant's wheels, or maybe go out for a drive. You can see it's sat nice and true, nice and flat to the crank. That's what we want. What I did was I just cut round it with a blade, like this, left it a few mil off, did the same on all of them. Now it looks brand new. And now it looks like OEM-ish. Let's get it back in. And then send it down. And then there's one down there in this hole. But I have definitely got a problem with this window. Something's definitely broke. It's way too dark. But as you can see, there's an adjuster there. Definitely a pig dog to do. So what I had to do was lower it enough to get that one in, and then there's one in there which is exactly the same as that, and you can slide this, so you just loosen the nuts off a little bit, put it on, and then slide it to the right, tighten it up with a 10mm. My rubbers, I think, are a little bit stiff, as you can listen. So it's either the glass is out of line a little bit, or something's not happy. But it'll do. I'm going to put a bit of WD-40 on it. But it works. And we're back together. One screw up there, two screws up there, one little clip there, and pull! The whole thing's off. I don't even show you that. Wasn't really interested anyway. Sprayed a bit of WD-40 on the rubber seal. Just down here. Just down here. And it seems to be better. I mean, it's getting old, man. It's going to be a bit harder, eh? You know what I mean? Let's put that in there. WD-40. But to think it fell out and now it's not. All the little wins, boys, all the little wins. Oh, look at that. I bet you're as eager as I am to drive it, are you? Oh yes.